Hey everybody, this is GKE715 and welcome to my review of the Contras of Contra Anniversary Collection. So, Contra, where do I begin with this game? Now, Contra. Now, I'm sure some of you guys must be wondering, shouldn't I be doing like Legend of Zelda? Well, first things first, people, I want to take a little break from some Zelda for once. And so I'm gonna be reviewing the Contra Anniversary Collection. The Contra Anniversary Collection contains, I believe, the classic Contra games. These are all the Contra, or at least the games that are related to Contra. There's also the Japanese games here, or the Japanese version of some of the arcade games in here. But I'll be playing the English versions, all of them. So here we have, here are all the Contra games, and I will be playing them in every order. Yeah. So here are all the Contra games. We have the original Contra. This one came out in 1987 in the arcades. Then we have Super Contra. This came out in 1988 on the arcades. And then we have the OG NES Contra. This is the one that everybody knows, including my father. My father's a huge fan of Contra. He's been playing it since the early days. And of course we have the Famicom Contra, which is the original one that came out in Japan. Then we have Super C, or Super Contra, for the NES in 1990. And then we have Contra 3, The Alien Wars, came out in 1992 on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Operation C came out on 1991 on the Nintendo Game Boy. Contra Hard Corps, this came out in 1994 on the Sega Genesis. Super Probotector Alien Rebels, this came out in 1992 only on the Super Nintendo, on the Super Nintendo. And then we have Probotector, came out on the Sega Mega Drive in Europe, which the Mega Drive is essentially the European Sega Genesis. So we're gonna be playing all the arcade games. We're playing the arcade games first, and then I'll explain the NES games and their differences. So first things first, let's go play the original one, 1987, the arcade Contra. I'll be playing this on easy mode, at least to basically explain the basics. So, 1987, this is the original Contra. It first came out in the original arcade games. And the thing is, let me, see if I can... Yeah, there's the intro, which, which some of you guys may know. Oh, it's on the... There we go. Yeah, here is the original, the original Contra. It is very, very different from the others, that everybody has seen. Because, this is the original. This is the original Contra, which it came out originally... Oh, shoot. Yeah, it came out originally on the arcades. And about Contra, this game is difficult. I am not even kidding, people. This is, one of the hardest games I played. And I do speak from experience, because I have played Contra before. In fact, the first one I played was Super C on the NES. And I played the NES version on the NES Mini... I didn't mean to do that. I played this originally on the NES Mini. Also, one advantage on this version of Contra has, the main advantage of having full auto. Yeah, it has the advantage of having a turbo full auto right there. Something that most games in the past didn't have. So there we go. So here's level. So there is at least level 1. I'm not gonna finish this entire game in one sitting, because all the Contra games are kind of like their arcade kind of in the arcade versions. But the games were pretty innovative for the time. It had 3D. It had kind of of 3D, kind of of graphics and all that stuff at the time. Which, to be honest, though, it's actually kind of amazing. For the time being, I'll have to give it. Oh wait. Let me just begin Okay, yeah. You gotta dodge and fire. And I'm gonna be able to, and also to some of my viewers that they're seeing this. This game is a lot more difficult. Than any other shooter game like Cuphead's. If y'all thought that Cuphead was difficult, this thing right here is difficult. Because you only have one life. You got one life. You don't got like none of those chip helps or anything. You don't have like chip helps or anything in here. Like you pretty much have one hit and you're dead. That's it. So like that's like the basic about Contra. You have one life. Oh boy, let me. Yeah, I'll play a little bit more longer of the arcade port, so at least like you guys can see like the difference. Yeah, okay, you know what? I may as well just get out of here. Get out of here now, because I'm gonna show off the other arcade like Contra. Then we have 1 year later after the original Contra came out, we have Super Contra. This came out in the 1988 arcade, which I'm also gonna be playing it as well to just demonstrate like what it was. So give it a minute. So it's loading up. 1 year after the battle with the mysterious Red Falcon organization, the Earth seems to be free. However, the quest for freedom continues. Yeah, this game has some story elements, which that's when Konami started taking it seriously with the story, and that's what exactly happened. And eventually, aliens from outer space came here, and that's when Contra began to go in the alien, in the whole alien theme. There you go. So here is the original Contra. Or not original Contra. This is like Super C, at least in the NES. So basically, according to the story, aliens apparently have came to outer space. And they're coming to outer space, and they're trying to take over the world. Pretty stereotypical stuff. And and the aliens, they kind of look like the aliens from the Alien movies, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, there are so many enemies around the place, and you gotta shoot everywhere if you want to defeat every enemy. You also need to watch your back, because watching your back is there are enemies behind you on every corner. So you should better look out. Oh boy, yeah, we also got more of these turrets and all that stuff. There we go. Yeah, keep firing and all that stuff, and then you'll be good. But like I told you guys, I'm not trying to go this very far. I'm just trying to review the Contra in general. I'm just trying to review it and to show off what this game was like. Because what's funny, a lot of people say that most games of today are difficult. No, a lot of these older NES and even arcade games are just straight up difficult. They're difficult to the point that not everybody can easily beat them. So and it's the main reason why I want to prove everybody that most of the older games will forever be just as difficult as their even today's standards. There we go. Wait. Okay, so I'm gonna stop spawning in men, or okay. I think it's gonna stop spawning men in a minute. I think. Oh no. Oh, right, alright, that's right, it's that blue core thing, that's the weak point. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let me shoot the laser gun and all that stuff. Oh boy. Yeah, I may as well hop off of this one. Let me just see if I can pause. If I can, there we go. There we go. So, but let's move on forward with the other Contras. I'll continue this in the next episode, because I want to have every Contra game to have its own episodes individually. So we already covered the arcade ports, but now we are moving to the more iconic ones. I'll see you guys then. Peace out.